Going to discuss about domain and ranges for linear and quadratic expressions. Basically, what is domain and what is range? First of all, we need to know about that domain and range. So, for a function, if you have a function or expression like this, y is equals to f of x. If y is equals to f of x is a function, domain is simply nothing but inputs. Domain is nothing but inputs. Possible inputs are considered as the domain. Inputs means possible values for x. Possible values for x. If you have an expression or a function like y is equals to f of x, then the possible values for x are mentioned as the domain. Whereas the range is nothing but outputs. Output in the sense possible values for y or f of x. Y or f of x both are same. So possible inputs are considered as the domain and possible outputs are considered as the range. So we are going to discuss about the possible inputs and possible outputs for the different types of expressions. Specifically here we are discussing about the linear and quadratic expressions. For suppose if I gave you the function like this, y is equals to root x. If y is equals to root x is my function, or you may say my expression, then what you say about the domain and what you say about the range. First of all, to know about the domain and range, I am giving you some examples, okay? What you say about the domain and what you say about the range. Root x. See, root x is possible only for positive real numbers. 0 is also acceptable. So, the possible values for the x according to this expression are from 0 to infinity. So, starting from 0 to infinity, all those positive real numbers are acceptable for x. So, that is domain. Then what you say about the range? See, when you consider positive values in the place of x, the outputs are also positive. Again, the range is from 0 to infinity. This is for root x. Whereas, for suppose if y is equals to step x, we know the greatest integer function step x, then what you say about the possible inputs for that x and what are the possible outputs as y. The possible inputs for x are all the real numbers. So for step x, the domain is all the real numbers. You just take any real number in the place of x, no problem, step x value will exist. But what are the possible outputs? See, you just take any real number in the place of x, when you observe all the possible outputs, all the possible y values are just integers. So the range is just integers. Okay. For suppose if we have a function like y is equals to x, that x is linear, right? So if the function is y is equals to x, so y is equals to x in the sense, if your input is some number like alpha, your output is also like that alpha only, because y is equals to x is the function. So here the domain is all the real numbers, whereas the range is also all the real numbers. And for suppose if you consider the function as y is equals to x square, if the function is y is equals to x square, what you say about the possible inputs? See, for x square, you are able to give any value in the place of x, any real value in the place of x, okay? So for suppose, take any real number in the place of x, no problem, the function exists and the input is all real numbers. Then what you say about the possible outputs? See, whereas coming to the possible outputs, they are only positive real numbers, they are from 0 to infinity. You have a chance to take all the real numbers in the place of x, but since the square is there, the output is just from 0 to infinity. Okay. So for suppose if your expression or the function is like y is equals to 1 by x, then what you say about the possible values of x? That is the domain. And what are the possible outputs? What are the possible values for y? That is the range. See here x. You are able to take any value in the place of x except 0. Because if you take 0 in the place of x, 1 by 0 is not exist. Infinity actually, infinity is not there in the real numbers. Okay. So the possible domain for this y is equals to 1 by x, the possible values for the x are all the real numbers except 0. So real numbers minus 0 is the domain of that function, that expression. Whereas coming to the outputs, see, you just take different real numbers in the place of x, you will get all different answers. But this 1 by x never becomes 0. Why it never becomes 0? It becomes 0 if you take infinity in the place of x. But infinity is not a quantity to consider in the place of x. And that's why, since we are not able to consider infinity in the place of x, your output is also not infinity. So the range is also all the real numbers minus 0. Once again I repeat for you, domain is the inputs which are the possible values for x. Range is the outputs which are the possible values for y. And we are collecting all the inputs from the real numbers, all the outputs are also from the real numbers. Okay, from real numbers we need to collect the possible values for x as well as the possible values for y. And you need to know one more thing, that real numbers are from minus infinity to infinity, but infinity is not included in real numbers. Okay, I mentioned you in different parts. Okay, infinity is not there in real numbers. Real numbers are up to infinity, but infinity is not there in real numbers. Okay, because infinity is an unknown large quantity, so we are not able to identify it anywhere. And that's why if you take x is equals to 0, you will get that unidentified quantity. So don't take that 0 here. So the domain is all real numbers minus 0. Except that 0, if you take any other real number in the place of x, no problem, the value will exist and you will have certain y value. And that's why the possible values for x for this y is equals to 1 by x are all the real numbers except 0. As well as when you think about the range, this is never becomes 0. Why? Because if x is infinity, then only that 1 by x will become 0. But we don't have infinity with us, that's why we don't replace x with infinity, so we can't get 0. So the range is again all the real numbers minus 0. So basically, to enter into the linear and quadratic expressions and their corresponding domains and range, initially I mentioned you the definition related to the domain and range and few simple examples related to the domain and range. Okay, just have a look. When you see, when you thinking about the domain, which are the possible values for x inputs. When you thinking about the range, they are the possible values for y outputs of that particular function, or you may say expression. Okay, just have a look. So the next thing is, I will give you few problems, right? Yeah. For suppose if my expression is y is equals to x plus 3, what you say about its domain and range? If y is equals to x plus 3, what are the inputs? See, domain is simply nothing but possible values for x or the possible inputs. Take any real number in the place of x, no problem, x plus 3 will exist. The domain is all the real numbers. Okay, then what you say about the range? See, range is simply nothing but the possible outputs. If you replace x with different real numbers, x plus 3 is still a real number and all the real numbers are possible again. So the range is also all the real numbers. So for the functions of this type, y is equals to x plus 3, okay, the domain is all the real numbers, the range is also all the real numbers. Okay, x can take any real value and x plus 3 will give us any real value. That's the meaning actually. Okay, whereas coming for the next bit, b, for suppose if y is equals to 1 by x minus 7, what is the domain and what is the range? That's what we need to think. So as we discussed in the previous case, for y is equals to 1 by x, like that we need to discuss for this y is equals to x by 7. Okay, domain is nothing but what? Possible values for x. Range is nothing but possible values for y. Okay, so see, when you think about this, if the denominator becomes 0, that is not correct, that is not acceptable. So to avoid 0 in denominator, we need to avoid 7 for x. So simply we say that Domain is nothing but all the real numbers except 7. Why? Because if you consider 7 in the domain, that means 7 for x, the denominator will become 0. It is not acceptable. So the domain is all the real numbers minus 0. Range. So to find out the range means, as I mentioned you, possible values for y. So for that you just try to express x in terms of y. You just do some simple rearrangement, okay? Y is equals to 1 by x minus 7. When you rewrite, xy minus 7y is equals to 1. xy minus 7y is equals to 1. From there, xy is equals to 1 plus 7y and x is equals to 1 plus 7y divided by y. We know that x is also real except that 7, okay? And now this x is 1 plus 7y by y. So what are the possible values for y? That's what we need to think now. See, you just take any real number in the place of y, no problem. 1 plus 7y by y will exist. But since the denominator is y, if the denominator is 0, then the value will become like an infinity, which is not suitable for x. So you need to eliminate the case where the denominator is 0. The denominator is 0 at y is equals to 0. So you can't take 0 in the place of y. So since we are not taking 0 in the place of y, the range for this is simply nothing but all the real numbers except 0. You just take any real number except that 0 in the place of y. Okay? So this is about the domain and range of x plus 3. This is about the domain and range of 1 by x minus 7. Okay? One more problem I will give you. See, for suppose y is equals to x minus or somewhere x plus 1 by x minus 2. What you say about the domain and what you say about the range? Simply, domain is nothing but possible inputs for x. For x, the inputs are all the real numbers except 2. Why? Because at x is equals to 2, the denominator will become 0. So you need to remove that 2. So domain is simply nothing but all the real numbers minus 2. There ends the task. Okay, domain is clear. Then what you say about the range? So thinking about range is simply finding possible values for y. To find the possible values for y, as I mentioned here, you need to express x in terms of y. For that you just do cross multiplication. The problem will become like this: xy minus 2y is equals to x plus 1. See, try to express x in terms of y, and directly I am writing x is nothing but 1 plus 2y by y minus 1. Okay, since x is 1 plus 2y by y minus 1, now think about this particular expression. Okay, whenever it is exist and whenever it not exist. If the denominator is 0, it is not exist. So the we need to avoid the denominator as 0. That means we can't take that 1 in the place of y. So this all real numbers minus 1 is the range. Very simple, finding range and domain. See, finding range and domain for the linear expressions and these type of rational expressions is also very simple. Just we need to avoid the cases where the denominator will become 0. Domain is the possible values for x, range is the possible values for y. And since we are discussing, since we are at quadratic expressions, now we need to know the way of finding domain and range for the quadratic expressions of these formats. Okay, just have a look till now. So now domain and range for the quadratic expressions. See, these are the quadratic expressions and what to say about the domain and range for these quadratic expressions. Simply just observe this. Okay. Y is equals to x square minus 5x plus 6. The domain for all these functions is simply nothing but all the real numbers. You just take any number in the place of x, no problem. The value of this x square minus 5x plus 6 exists. That means y will exist. So the domains of all these problems are simply nothing but all the real numbers. But whereas coming to the range, that is different from problem to problem. Yeah. See, now first of all we are going to thinking about the range. Range for what? Range means what? Range means the possible values for y. Possible values for y in the sense possible values for the total expression x square minus 5x plus 6. See, we discussed about different aspects related to the quadratic expression in terms of graphs. See, this x square minus 5x plus 6 is an upward parabola. It has minimum value. See, as I mentioned you, these quadratic expressions have either minima or maxima only one value, and the other value tends to infinity. Here this x square minus 5x plus 6 has minimum value and the maximum value is up to infinity. So since it has minimum value, the range is simply starts at that minimum value, which is 4ac minus b squared by 4a to infinity. This is the rule for this type of quadratic expressions to mention the range. See, take different values in the place of x. You will get different answers. But when you observe all those outputs, all those answers, among those answers, the minimum value is this 4ac minus b square by 4a and the maxima is up to infinity. So what is the calculation of this 4ac minus b square by 4a? 4 into 1 into 6 is 24 minus 25. So minus 1 in the numerator by 4. So the range of this expression is nothing but closed interval minus 1 by 4 to infinity. So simply finding range for these type of expressions is nothing but identifying the minima or maxima corresponding to the expression. The next one is y is equals to 9 minus x square, right? For y is equals to 9 minus x square, what you say? For y is equals to 9 minus x square, since the coefficient of x square is negative, it's a downward parabola. It has maxima. We don't have minima for it. So we will represent the range like this: minus infinity to 4ac minus b square by 4a. This is the rule to find the range for these type of expressions if the graph is a downward parabola. Again, calculate this 4ac minus b square by 4a. So here x term is not included, so the b value is 0, just leave it. Since b is 0, what will happen? Since b is 0, 4ac by 4a is simply c, right? That c is the constant 9. Is it right? And that's why what we need to consider. Yeah. So the range is minus infinity to 9. That's it. That's the range. And now the expression x square plus x plus 1. Again the graph is an upward parabola. It has minima. So calculate the minima using this particular formula. And directly I am writing 4ac. 4 into 1 into 1 is 4. Minus 1 is 3 by 4. So 3 by 4 to infinity. This is the range for this x square plus x plus 1. So finding domain and range for these type of quadratic expressions is very simple. The domain is real numbers always, whereas the range is depending on the corresponding minima and maxima of the expression. Have a look. So the next one, y is equals to 1 by x square minus 5x plus 6. So what you say about the domain? So finding domain is simply nothing but we need to find the possible values for x. Possible values for x such that the expression exists. See, since y is equals to x square minus 5x plus 6, we will rewrite it like this: y is equals to 1 by x minus 2 into x minus 3. These two are same, okay? Just the way of expression is changed. X square minus 5x plus 6 can be written as x minus 2 into x minus 3. Now what to say about the domain? So domain is simply nothing but finding possible values for x. Since the denominator is x minus 2 into x minus 3, if the denominator becomes 0, then this expression not exist. And that's why we need to eliminate the values of x where the denominator is 0. If x is equals to 2, the denominator will become 0, so avoid it. If x is equals to 3, still the denominator is 0, again you need to avoid it. So if x is equals to 2 or if x is equals to 3, the value not exist, and that's why the domain is all the real numbers minus 2 comma 3. Except this 2 and 3, you just take any value in the place of x, the value will exist, you will get the answer, okay, and everything, right? So the domain is all the real numbers minus 3 comma 2. Then how to find the range for this expression? So finding range for this expression, okay. So for that what I do is, since y is equals to 1 by x square minus 5x plus 6, you just do cross multiplication. Now I am going to give you a general procedure to find the possible values of y, to find the range for y for these type of expressions. To find the range for y, you just do cross multiplication. then it will become like this: x square y minus 5xy plus 6y is equals to 1. Okay, just doing cross multiplication, and from there y x square minus 5y into x plus 6y minus 1 is equals to 0. So now this is a quadratic equation in terms of x with the coefficients y minus 5y and 6y minus 1. The coefficients are y minus 5y and 6y minus 1. Okay, right. As we know, the domain is all the real numbers except the 3 comma 2. That means the domain is all the real numbers. Since the domain is all the real numbers, this equation exists. Okay, so its discriminant should be greater than or equals to 0. We need to do. Okay, if you take any real number in the place of x, for sure you will get y. That means y is equals to x square minus 5x plus 6 is always true. That in the sense this is always true for y. Okay, so since x is real, that means this equation has real roots. That means the discriminant of that equation is greater than or equals to 0. So the discriminant means what? Minus 5y whole square minus 4 into y into 6y minus 1 is greater than or equals to 0. This is what we need to simplify. Minus 5y square is 25 square. 4 6 is 24y square. So 25y square minus 24y square is y square. Okay, minus 4y minus, that means plus 4y is greater than or equals to 0. Just have a look. 25y square and here it is 24y square is y square minus of minus plus 4y. So y square plus 4y can be written as y into 4 plus y greater than or equals to 0. Since y into 4 plus y greater than or equals to 0, we know the way of solving this inequality. So y into 4 plus y greater than or equals to 0 is acceptable if y value is either side of the roots, and we say that y less than or equals to 0 or y greater than or equals to minus 4. So less than or equals to the smaller root and greater than or equals to the larger root. Smaller root is minus 4, y less than or equals to minus 4 or y greater than or equals to 0 is the range. That means in this expression, in the place of x you just replace different real numbers. Always the answers of this 1 by x square minus 5x plus 6 either greater than 0 or less than minus 4. For any value of x you won't get the y value which is in between minus 4 and 0. That's the discussion actually. So finding domain is very simple. Okay, eliminate the values wherever the denominator is 0. But finding range is somewhat follow a procedure. So you just cross multiply, make a quadratic in terms of y, its discriminant is greater than or equals to 0. From there, y into 4 plus y is greater than or equals to 0. Finally, that is the range. So this is the way of solving these type of quadratic expressions to find domain and range. Have a look.